Anna Oidrov, a chord gael gudi Park Esther in Orchaintra, Trachtunanyov, Egunte and Loon. You're very welcome today to today's second round of the Little Ladies National Football League Division 3 match. The two at the bottom facing off this afternoon. Kunte and Doon here to our left in the red and black, and Sligo here to the black and white against that sun which is falling in behind the hills here in Newry, Trochnuna in Yov. Getting underway here in about 5 minutes time. The referee today, Philip Conway, in the centre of the pitch there, getting ready for the day with his two lines women. This afternoon, Grania McLean beside me, an ex-Down footballer. How are you, Grania?
Very well, thank you. Good to be here.
Good. An expert on the Down team here this afternoon. We'll go through that team right now with Grania. You might bring us through. There's plenty of changes here this afternoon, Gro.
There certainly are. There's a lot of girls out with injuries, and there's a couple of girls away as well. So we'll start right at the very top with Kate McKay starting in goals. Kate, better known normally as an outfield player, but she's turned her hand to nets for the Down team this year. In cornerback we've Amy Green from Taconic. Fullback Ciara Byrne, captain for today, stepping in for Megan Doherty, who's picked up an injury. Orla Boyle, seasoned campaigner in cornerback from Downpatrick. Half back line then Natalie McKibben from Bryansford. In centre half back Paige Smith from Downpatrick and Eve from Byrne, and completing the half back line. In midfield then Aoife Keown. I think the numbers have changed slightly from what they were listed as. Aoife Keown in midfield, along with Emily Martin from Byrne. In half forward line, there's Vivian McCormick from Breda, Jess Foy from Carryduff, and then full forward line, we've got Sarah Doherty in corner forward, Natasha Ferris, also from Bryansford, full forward, and Niamh King from Castlewellan, number 15.
Yeah, Niamh making her minor debut this afternoon as well. The minor manager very happy and proud of her this afternoon. So big game coming up for her. How will that Down team play today? There's maybe a bit of pressure on them. I know people already talking about possibly this being a relegation battle already. I know it's very early in the year, but two bad defeats for both these teams last week. What will they look to prove today? Absolutely.
I think it's a very important game for both of them. As you say, wasn't an ideal start to the campaign. Both teams shipped heavy defeats from Kildare and Clare respectively, but I think they'll just be looking to bounce back. It is a very changed team again. You say new blood coming in. Niamh King, she's a very fast player, so they'll be looking to get the ball into her and seeing what she can do. But she can definitely cause a threat in there. They've also got some experienced campaigners back in, likes of Jess.
Well, on that, another very changed team this afternoon. The Sligo team, only 4 of these players lined up in round 3, I believe. The match against Down last year, very tight match last year, and a lot of new girls here. They went down last week, quite a bad defeat last week to Clare. They were playing at home that day, 5 points to 3-15. Ellen Maguire was in goal that day. Isabella Henry, Claire Dunn and Ciara Scallon made up the full back line. Sarah Curley, Lisa Powell, Tara Breheny in at the centre back line, and in midfield Sarah Reynolds and Sinead Regan, their captain Trochnuna in Yov. Cueva Connor, Nicola Brennan, Aoife Horn making up the centre forward line. Kate Hosey, Sinead Naughton and Leah Duffy there in the full forward line. Stop me Danish, that were on the Vian. So a big match here this afternoon, ready for the ball to be thrown in by Philip Conway now in a few seconds time. The girls just having their chats here in their circles. They clean up the cones and we'll be ready here. A darkening sky here in Newry. It's been dry most of the day. The pitch a bit boggy, not the best conditions, but it is late January and you wouldn't be expecting that. There's a bit of wind blowing. I'm not sure if it's blowing from right to left a bit. Could put in on proceedings this afternoon, but not as bad as that match last year. I suppose, Grania, thinking back to the Down Sligo match last year, it was one of the best matches of the year. Very, very close. A point in the last minute coming from Sarah Doherty, putting down 1 point up on that day. Plenty of goals as well, 3-6 to 3-5 to down in Sligo that day. Hopefully a goal fest here and another exciting match to come.
Absolutely. I think Down would love it if they got the same result again. They would take a last minute point to win the game too. I think both teams probably, in terms of their game last week, they both scored 5-6 points, so hopefully we'll have a bit more of an open game and both teams will get through for goal chances today.
Yeah, two very exciting teams, not the most defensively minded. They like to attack, they like to run through the hands and get from one end of the field up to the other through that way, but they'd be disappointed with that scoreboard. 5 points only coming for Sligo, only 6 points coming from Down. That forwards may be something to prove this afternoon.
I think so, definitely, and I know in the Down game there was only one of those scores came from play as well, so I'm sure it'll be something that they've looked at over the training sessions this week and maybe seeing how they could maybe get in for more scoring chances, particularly goals. I think, as we all know, the old saying, goals win matches. We've seen it in games this weekend already. So they'll definitely be looking to create some goal chances.
And a new format this year, obviously, with the league, not the 3A and 3B. These two teams would have been 3A last year, would have been expected to be in the top 4 really this year. So they were disappointed, not possibly a fair reflection of the calibre of player within both these teams, that scoreline this year. So looking forward to an excellent match here this afternoon. As you can see, the wind probably picking up a bit, maybe a bit of rain on the way as well. Nasty enough conditions. I think they're favouring the team playing from right to left, which I believe is Kunte on Down. Yeah. So
definitely, I think, as you say, you can definitely see the flags there. That wind is definitely picking up, so Down will be glad they've got that on their backs in the first half and hopefully can take advantage of it.
Let's hope so. So all ready to go here. Just waiting for Philip Conway here to throw in the ball. Troch Nuna in Jova. It is getting markedly darker. It was a beautiful day all day up until now. I think we're all ready. There's 15 on both sides. No 16 players like Kilmacud this afternoon tagging off for any side. It's 15 versus 15 and the ball thrown in here. Hosenair agus Fitche Erdosa Kunte and Down win the ball. A nice high ball coming here, dropping to an unmarked Down woman inside in 14, and that's Sarah Doherty. Sarah with a lovely hand pass in and a chance here for Down to maybe finish with a goal here in the first few seconds of this match. A wonderful goal there collected by really an unmarked Sarah Doherty. She sent a beautiful hand pass into, I'm not sure was it Aoife Keown got it in the end, and a wonderful goal put away there. But bad defending from Sligo, very, very loose defending. Down using that wind to great effect here in the first few minutes, and what a goal here to start us off in Portchester afternoon.
Absolutely, that's exactly the start that they would have wanted, to get a nice early score and settle them. As you say, the wind definitely had a big influence there, but fantastic running from Aoife Keown off the shoulder.
Certainly was. Sarah Reynolds now on the ball, looking for a quick response here. Our Sligo, as we said there, they'll run, they'll put the ball through the hands. Fast, lovely hand passing there. They find space. It falls now to Naughton. Naughton ever dangerous, but 3 Down women back, putting pressure on her. She over carries the ball. Great defending there from Down, coming back in numbers. Nicola Brennan not getting a chance to get that ball away, and Down relieve the pressure.
Yep, very good pressure there from Down. Sligo will definitely be looking for a quick response so that this game doesn't get away from them too quickly.
Down again, using that kick pass. They won't be using the hand pass that much with this solid wind with them this afternoon. Orla Boyle now collects. She sends the ball on the corner backs, linking up there. Amy Green now on the ball with a bad hand pass coming from her. A bit of defending coming from Sligo. Claire Dunn now comes out very strong here. There's plenty of Sligo women waiting for the ball as well. One of them is Sarah Reynolds. Sarah now on the ball. She's put under a bit of pressure here, but deals very well there with Emily Martin. Keeps coming a low ball in, but a sweeper's pick up there, wonderfully done by Down, who once again get back in numbers, and Sligo finding it difficult in the first few minutes of this match to deal with that strong wind. Another beautiful kick pass coming in here from Down, and the ball to be collected again by Jessica Foy. Jessica Foy always dangerous now. A little jink, brings it onto the left foot. This one falling low though this time into the hands of Eden Maguire, and plenty of time of Eden now to clear the ball.
It was a great pick up there in the Down defence from Natalie. She's a very versatile player, but she seems to be playing in a sweeper role there, which Sligo will find it very difficult to get through for any opportunities.
Certainly will, but they're working well through the hands in the centre of the pitch so far. Sarah Reynolds on a lot of the ball this afternoon. She links up this time with Tara Breheny. Plenty of pace here from Tara, who runs through. She's been fouled. I think advantage being played. No advantage coming, so a chance here now, but you'd imagine a very difficult chance against that strong wind 30 metres out here for Sligo. It's Sinead Regan, I presume, will be taking this. The Sligo captain and general free taker. Yeah, she judges it a bit too difficult. Goes to Caoimhe Connor. Caoimhe sends it back. Sinead makes a bit of an easier effort for herself. Does very well there, but just to the left and wide with the Cathog that time for the first wide of the afternoon.
Yeah, I think probably, as you say, good decision there from Sinead Regan to go short and go again. Strong running there, which is probably against the wind. Sligo will have to try and run the ball a little bit more. So obviously it takes more energy.
Certainly does. Sligo come again here now. It's Nicola Brennan on the ball. Look for Sinead Regan again. Regan sends it back. She might collect again. No, a nice dummy there coming from Nicola Brennan. She puts it high. You can see the wind catching that. Brings it just to the left and wide. Sligo going to find it very difficult to put it through the post here with that wind this afternoon. A good effort from Nicola Brennan, but a second wide for Sligo. Nice easy ball there. Great kick from Kate McKay, who seems to have injured herself there in goal, but we'll keep an eye on the match here now as Sarah Curley collects the ball. We will take a break here now. I think I don't know if you saw that, Grania.
Yeah, just as she kicked the ball, she seemed to go down as she kicked it and she put her hand up straight away, and Kate wouldn't normally be one to lie down unless she was badly hurt, so hopefully it's not too serious, but I think the referees will stop the play for it.
It looks very serious there, yeah. A lot of discomfort. There was some thump of the ball, I'll tell you that much. Not sure if she might have torn something in the process, or hard to know, but we'll take a break here now this afternoon. Sligo, I suppose, playing well, but just finding it difficult. Two early chances there. Could have had 2 points if that wind hadn't been putting in and things. So tight enough here, but a wonderful goal there from Down in the first 20 seconds, I make it.
Really was. It was a super start, and as you say, Sligo probably need to be just. It is hard to get opportunities, obviously, whenever they're playing against that strong wind. So maybe shot selection, they'll just have to be careful, making sure that they're working it into a scoring position, because that wind definitely is picking up, making things difficult.
Sligo definitely will have to tighten up. I don't think any sign of a sweeper from them this afternoon. They're happy to play the game they always play, even against such a strong wind now. I think Kate McKay, thankfully getting up to her feet. She looks to be in a bit of discomfort, okay, but I think she'll have to go off.
Yeah, I think so. I think maybe.
So Amy McGivern on the sideline, possibly ready to come in.
Yep. Amy seems to be taking the jacket off, ready to come in. That'll be very disappointing for Kate. It obviously was a great ball out. She would be well known for her distribution for her club carried off. She would play midfield, so that's a disappointing end for today.
Yeah, hopefully nothing major.
Yeah.
So Amy McGivern now, number 16, in for Kate McKay, who goes hobbling off, but it doesn't look too bad, which is, I suppose, some bit of good news. Amy making her way in now, but we'll come back for this free on the Sligo 45 line here. Sarah Curley on the ball there. She delivers back to Isabella Henry. Good pressure coming from the down forwards here this afternoon, but Sligo do come away with it now. Claire Dunn working her way up the pitch. There's been a foul, but we'll play away. Once again, Sinead Regan in the centre of things. She leaves it back to Sarah Curley. Sarah's blocked down, but she'll come again. There's a low ball coming in, but another bad ball there. Down defending in numbers and cutting out any chance there with the quick kick pass once again. So it falls to Jessica Foy here. Ever dangerous, sends a beautiful ball across here, and wonderful numbers coming through there. Vivian McCormick with a fantastic pass here. Another chance for goal here for Down, but a wonderful save from Ellen Maguire. What about that for a save? Brilliant. She gets down low, gets both hands on it, catches it cleanly. Fantastic from her. And Sligo now on the break, but Down looking very dangerous again. Vivian McCormick with a beautiful ball in there, and Jessica Foy with a beautiful ball in there, wonderfully worked, and that Sligo defence once again ripped open.
Yeah, absolutely. Down seem to be when they get the ball, they're defending in numbers and they're attacking in numbers as well, which is very difficult to obviously defend them when they've got that wind and they're getting the ball in quick with speed of Niamh King in there. It's a great opportunity, but as you say, keeper, great save to hold on to it as well.
A wonderful save. Kate Hosey fouled up here now in the corner. Leah Duffy with the ball. She's looking to go back here. The only free woman she can. That wind showing again there. The ball being carried over the hand of Lisa Powell, and it falls as far as Sarah Curley once again. She'll come. They'll work through the hands again. The Sligo team, small but very fit, and they love this running style of play up through the centre. Fantastic work then there. Tara Breheny on the ball, but down, coming back in numbers onto the 21, but a foul given away this time. And a chance.
I think that definitely was a foul there, but you can see the work rate that the girls are working really, really hard to get back. But yeah, I think they were maybe a little bit overzealous in the tackling that time.
Another difficult effort here now. First Sligo, just outside the D, but that strong wind now, we can even feed it inside here, will affect things here. 2 wide so far from Sligo. They'll be looking to get their mark off here, but this one I think again being caught to the left and wide there. The 3rd wide coming for Sligo this afternoon.
They definitely like to be picking up a couple of scores now. We're nearly 9 minutes in, so they definitely like to get something on the scoreboard, I'd say.
Amy McGivern with her first kick out. It's worked out well for them. Down come again. Very loose marking once again from Sligo through the centre, and chance here now for another beautiful pass coming in. Another dangerous effort here now. It falls to Natasha Ferris. Just runs over her hands. She tries to keep it in play, but that one just out to the left. And another chance for Down, cutting through that Sligo defence that don't seem to be marking at all inside there at the moment. Very lucky to get away with that one again.
And even, I think, around the middle of the field there, you had Jess Foy delivering that ball in, and if you give her time to pick a ball, she's definitely going to be able to find one of the forwards, as she did there. She found Sarah Doherty, so I think Sligo will probably need to tighten up a little bit around midfield.
Sure, Anthony Brennan won't be happy with that. 3 times now she's got the ball and delivered, and another time she gets space. Vivian McCormick sends another beautiful one into the corner, but again, that wind catching that ball, running out over the fast legs there of Sarah Doherty, couldn't get to it in time, so we'll come back for a kick out here. The Ray Tour having a word with Ellen Maguire, not sure what about, maybe congratulating her for a wonderful save a few minutes ago. He takes the kick out, collected in the D there by Lisa Powell. Lisa put under pressure, down forwards, putting massive pressure, doing a better marking job than some of the Sligo backs here so far in the first few minutes. It's Sinead Regan now, once again on the ball, a key link woman there in the centre of the pitch, and they work it through the hands beautifully. Tara Breheny with an old 1-2 there between the 7 and 9. They do very well. Now a kick pass coming in, wonderful pass there into Caoimhe Connor. She sends it back, a chance here now for Leah Duffy. Leah Duffy on the right boot. This one once again though, just swinging left, that wind blocking everything, swinging things just to the left, and 4 wides now, believe it or not, coming from Sligo, and still no score.
Yeah, that was a great effort there from Leah Duffy, just tailed off the end.
Over the head there now of everybody. I think Jessica Foy once again on it. Has space, this time a little bit more pressure coming on her, but she does well. She plays it soccer style in to another unmarked down woman. That woman is Vivian McCormick. Viv with all the time in the world there, puts that right over the bar there. A second score for Down, a goal and a point now for them, and no wides. That wind really being a telling tale of this first half, but once again women being left unmarked inside. It's hard to believe, Gráinne.
Yeah, it does. It's hard to see sort of what's going on. I think maybe down forwards aren't playing really traditional positions either, and I don't know what that's maybe throwing some of the Sligo girls off. They're not really, just don't seem to be picking up around the half forward midfield line.
Sligo working again, doing all the hard work, but the breakdown comes when they get into this position every time with that strong wind. Sinead Regan, a beautiful pass in there, creating a chance now for Sarah Reynolds. She goes for goal, but wonderfully caught there by the substitute Kate McKay. Nice safe hands from her. Well, Sligo trying their own chance at goal. As we talked about last year, there was plenty of goals in this fixture, 6 in total. It might go that way again today as Sligo do better there in the backs. The marking a bit tighter now, and this afternoon they come away with it again. They're looking for a score. It's been 11 minutes now and 22 seconds, and still no score on the scoreboard. Caoimhe Connor looking to change that, puts a high ball in, but goes over the head of Kate there, and it'll be down to break again. They look to kick pass once more, and why not with that strong wind? The strong wind, too strong this time, over the head of Aoife Keown. Now Sligo come again.
You have to say, there are some good passes of play there from Sligo as well, but it just sort of seems like the last pass, or sometimes the shot selection at the end, just seems to be letting them down, but they're working the ball through the hands pretty well at some stages.
It is very difficult when you have that wind against you as well. You're kind of afraid to get the shot off, and it's been shown they have tried. There's been 4 wides there. It's going to be very difficult for both teams this afternoon. But look, they're coming again, but we'll call back. There was a chance there possibly for Caoimhe Conor, but Philip Conway having a word here with one of the down backs. And we'll come back, but once again, even though we're on the 21, you'd imagine nearly impossible now to get this over to be a wonderful score against a strong wind here for Sligo if they could finish. We're going to take it off the ground here, a chance to get a bit more power on it. That wind won't catch it as much. Well, it has the distance. A wonderful score. Well, what about that? A beautiful score, showing you the power of the ball off the ground against a wind can be wonderful. A wonderful score there coming from Sligo. Their first of the match for Aoife Hearn, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a skill that we probably don't see very often, but it's a great talent to have, to be able to have an option to take it off the ground, especially, as you say, whenever they're playing against a wind like today. Great score.
Certainly is, and I'm sure Sligo will be delighted with that. Their first score now, back to a goal a game, but it's Down on the ball. Wonderful fitness there shown by Down, coming up with great pace in the wing. There's plenty of movement inside as well, not being picked out yet. Sligo defenders getting across, doing a better job now so far of slowing the ball down. They'll have to come back. And they do, and it's Emily Martin here with a high ball in, a dangerous ball as well, and the fist, but what about that? Off the crossbar and over the bar, very dangerous. I'm not sure who got the hand on it at the end.
Jess Foy,
Jess Foy there. Jess Foy getting it, and Sligo lucky to come away with it, but they're unlucky here now. Vivian McCormick is coming in. We have a one-on-one again. She sends it across. Another chance for a goal, and a great save again here. Wonderful stuff. Well, I tell you, she's the busiest woman out there this afternoon, Ella Maguire. Brilliant save from her. She gets down low, puts the leg to it. What about that for a wonderful save?
Bit of a hectic 30 seconds there, I think, with that fisted point and then the short goal kick as well. But normally when Tasha Ferris gets into that position one-on-one with the goalkeeper, there's normally only one outcome, but that was a great save again by the goalkeeper. That's twice now. Sligo definitely have to thank her for still being so close in this game.
She's getting her money's worth today, and we're getting our money's worth so far this afternoon. Wonderful game of football. Sinead Regan, probably with her 10th or 12th time now on the ball. She sends it out the wing to the point scorer, Aoife, who delivers a ball in. A nice ball this time now, collected by Caoimhe Conor. Caoimhe's forced out. Plenty of down women there, putting lots of pressure on Sinead Regan. Sinead sends it across, but that wind again catching it, bringing it out, and probably the first mistake from Sinead, the Sligo captain this afternoon. Down come quick now, out the far side of this pitch, under the shade of the stadium here. Another ball delivered too far. That wind catching balls constantly and bringing them just a bit too far, but I think that tactic Down are using of just kicking in ball is working very well this afternoon. They might as well keep it up. It
seems to be, yeah. I think whenever you've got speed in your forward line, like they do have as well, they definitely need to take advantage of it. It's hard to know. It could be that win could be worth 3 or 4 points. It's hard to tell really. It sort of picks up and dies down every now and again, but
certainly does. Sligo with the vast majority of the possession so far in the first 15 minutes, and they have it now again, and it's in the hands of Nicola Brennan. A beautiful ball in, but just to the right of the hand there of Sinead Naughton, but it's still in Sligo possession. This one probably dropping a little bit too low into the very safe hands again of Amy McGivern. Does wonderfully with it, has been brilliant since she's come on here in the last 10 minutes, but it falls to a Sligo girl. That Sligo girl is Caoimhe Conor. She sends it in low into Sinead Naughton, who sends it back, but once again over the hand, and as you were saying, Gráinne, kind of that last pass just inside in the danger zone for Sligo, not paying off so far this afternoon, but great pressure coming from that down defence too.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm sure that's probably always the ones that frustrate the manager that most whenever they're doing a lot of hard work to get the ball into those positions, but it's just the final pass or the final shot that's letting them down. But it's still very close as well. A score, 1-2 to 1 point. There's only 4 points in it really at this stage for all the football that Down have played.
Certainly is, and a strong win there for Sligo in the second half as well, which will help them. Another high ball coming in here now. It's worked wonders for Down all afternoon. It falls here now, and a chance, but probably drop low there into the very, very safe hands of Ella Maguire, the busiest woman on the pitch this afternoon. She sends a ball out, but it's not dealt with correctly, and it falls to Natasha Ferris, who'll have a second chance at the cherry there, and she scores a wonderful score there coming from Natasha, who could have had 2 goals already this afternoon. Only her first score now. 1-2 for Cúnta and Doon, 1-3 for Cúnta and Doon, 1 point for Sligo. High ball delivered in over the head of a Down woman, knocked down from her hand. It will be a sideline for Sligo. A small bit of movement coming from them, but not much. Slow down finally. Nice movement coming in, but Well defended there by Amy Green, who gets a hand in, but it falls to Sligo eventually. Sarah Reynolds releasing once again Sinead Regan here in the centre of the pitch. She sends a lovely ball over the head of a down woman into the hands of a Sligo woman. That Sligo woman is Lisa Powell. Central here now to everything once again is Caoimhe Connor. Caoimhe Connor with a lovely ball in here into the corner, collected by Sligo. Falls now back to Kate Hussey. Kate is tackled. Good defence once again from Down. Down being really fantastic there in that centre of defence. They come to break. Big hand pass there coming for Down. It falls into the hands now of Aoife Keogh, and she sends it high, as they have done all afternoon. An unmarked Down woman in the centre of things there, and another woman there is Niamh King. Niamh King, well, talk about that for a score from a minor. Wonderful score from Niamh King. Only her second or third time on the ball this afternoon. Fantastically collected by her, and they'll be delighted there, the minor player Niamh King, with her first score of the afternoon.
Absolutely, that's a great score from her. She very, very settled, and she looked like an experienced player sticking that over the bar. So
we can all score them with the wind behind us, though, is what our manager would say. The second half will be a different story. Sligo looking to make amends. Plenty of missed chances for them so far this afternoon. 4, I make it, and only the 1 score taken. But Down, fantastic. Fantastic in that back line today. There was a bit of playing on the ground there with the ball, so Down will get to break.
I think with Down having that extra defender back in there, Sligo are really struggling with it. They are putting them under a lot of pressure, and they're probably coughing up the ball a little bit too easily. But it'll be interesting then to see with the win the second half, see if that has any impact, if it changes things for Sligo.
Sarah Reynolds now on the ball, sends it across once again to Sinead Regan. Sinead has a bit of space in front of her, but she also has 2 sweepers blocking out any easy delivery. She'd be forced to go herself. Goes with the hand to another Sligo woman who's collected well, but huge down pressure there on the 21, forcing them back. Nicola Brennan now on the ball. She releases Sinead Regan once again, who sends it to her midfield partner. A chance here now possibly, but a great block down coming, but falls back to a Sligo woman. Possibly a foul there. No, well done by them. Tara Breheny on the ball. She releases back, and it's now Leah Duffy. Leah Duffy with a chance, half blocked down this time, will drop short into the safe hands once again of Amy McGivern, and the same pattern over and over again. Sligo working it up to the 21, but just unable to unlock this Down defence so far this afternoon. Sinead Naughton now will try. She's forced out the corner, and she'll be forced to kick it back to her captain, Sinead Regan. Sinead on the ball again. She'll try her best to break this defence, and it's a free that's given this time. Down have been pretty good not to give away frees from this determined attack from Sligo. This time a free coming, and another chance possibly for Aoife Hearn to throw this one over the bar. I think this is exactly where she scored the last one from.
Yeah, very similar position, but you can see Sinead Regan definitely captain's role there. She's driving the team on every time, and she's taking the tackles on, and she has drawn a couple of fouls, and they'll need her to continue to do that, especially against this wind.
Aoife again, this definitely has the legs, but this one I think just going to the right and wide for Aoife. She has 1 score before this, her first wide of the afternoon now. Down probably looking to build up a nice lead as well, you'd imagine, with 10 minutes to go here, Gráinne.
They will be. They'll definitely be looking to push on. I suppose 1-4. They'd definitely be looking for another few scores in the next 10 minutes really before half time, because they want to be taking in probably a more comfortable lead than that.
Certainly will. It's
especially for all the possession they've had. They've had the ball an awful lot, and a lot of the chances, maybe the balls are going over the end line, so they'll be looking to tag on another couple of scores.
Well, that Sligo defence is getting a bit stronger there. They do well. They're committing more numbers back and then getting down on the break. They've done well. They seem to be marking up better, and they come with the ball once more, as they have so many times in this first half. Nicola Brennan on the ball. She sends a crossfield ball, and a bit looser marking coming from Down now. Possibly a danger here now, but a bad pass coming in the end from Kate Hussey. And Down will build. There's 4 women here now coming through the centre. Plenty of space, plenty of unmarked Down girls around the 45 as well, if they can be picked out, and plenty of space. They're going to keep it in hand. Nothing coming too easy. I see Sligo now have 1 or 2 sweepers playing back as well, and one of them here will collect the ball, you'd imagine. But a lot of pressure coming from her now. She'll be bottled up here in the corner. Going to make life difficult here now on Sarah Curley. Sarah forced to go into the centre here. They'll play it out through the hands if they can. Again, that strong wind. Going to be hard to kick any ball any amount of distance. So work through the hands. And Isabella Henry now is one of those pairs of hands who gets it. A ball delivered now up here. Fast, pacey. Sligo girl there coming out for it. That girl is Kate Hosey. She collects once again. Back here now to Sinead Regan. Sinead's been everywhere this afternoon, breaking 2 tackles there. And a wonderful ball released in here. A chance for Sligo if they can go in, but a great save from Havy McGivern. Well, it went straight into her hands. She came out very soon there for the goalkeeper. Wasn't staying in the goal, came out, saw the danger. Beautiful block down coming from Amy. And down on the break again. They're going to hold it. There's, again, as we were saying, a bit more tighter marking coming there from Sligo, so that high ball that they were using so well in the first 10 minutes not being used to the same effect. But what about that on the other side of the field from Amy McGivern?
My
Great
goodness.
goalkeeper.
Absolutely. Amy McGivern has been fantastic since she's come in there in the first half. She just read that situation so well, saw the danger, and she was on top of the Sligo player before she even had time to think. So
very brave coming
defending.
out. Yeah, wonderful stuff. Great stuff. But Sligo, they're coming again. They had 2 chances now on goal. Sligo, they look for another one. A goal for them would be wonderful here before the half time, but they have 8 or 10 minutes to do that. It's slowed down. Isabella Henry on the ball. She sends it across now, and the ball is collected here in the centre of the pitch by who else but Sinead Regan. She sends in a hand pass, but good pressure coming from the down defence on Leah Duffy there, and Leah will try to work her way through as well. She's fouled here just outside the D. There's a few fouls been given away now by the down backs in the last few minutes, and a chance here from Sligo to double their lead, or double their amount of points, not their lead, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, I think you can sort of see once Sligo get in around the D, Down have identified that as a scoring zone and the danger zone, and that's where they seem to be swamping them up. They are giving away a couple of frees now, but with that win, they're probably aware that anything outside the D is going to be very difficult for Sligo to score from.
They've gone short here. They're trying something different. Sinead Regan with a chance here now. It's got plenty of height and it has the accuracy. Sinead Regan, a well-deserved point for her this afternoon. I suppose realising scoring from that far out against that wind is pretty much impossible. So they try another option and it works out well for them this time. Sinead will be delighted. 1-4 here now to 2 points. The referee having a word with one of the down players. I'm not sure what about. There'll be a small break here. There's a few bottles of water out on the pitch. No water break, unfortunately, or fortunately, however way you want to look at it.
So the referee could have been asking Natalie McKibben where she got them bright gloves from, maybe, to match his jumper.
Well, he's well seen anyway out there on a dark day like today. Sinead Regan once again on the ball. Who else? She's been fantastic so far this afternoon. A nice pass into Tara Breheny. I don't know how many times she's released Tara up that wing this afternoon. They're looking dangerous now. A chance, possibly plenty of down defenders back, but you'd imagine this one's going to be an easy score, and it certainly is a wonderful score there coming from Sligo. They're maybe learning as they go about how to break down this down defence, and Aoife Harn there with her second of the afternoon. But once again, Sinead Regan linking up with Tara Breheny, but they're being a bit clever about it this time, getting the ball into Aoife Harn, who has been very dangerous this afternoon, and a wonderful score from her.
Absolutely, and they were working hard for their scores there, but to tag on 2 there in the last minute, they'll definitely be very happy with that, and they'll look to keep the door closed on Down for the next 5 minutes, not let them in for any goals, and I'd say Sligo could be the happier team going into half time.
They could. They have the sweeper there. All right. I think it's at least Sarah Curley who's back. But down are coming. They look to get another score. They look to build a lead here with this wind. I think that one just going to the right and wide. I'm not sure who that was.
Jess Foy, that was on the left foot.
Foy again. So her first wide of the day. She has a point as well. Wonderful kick out there from Ella Maguire, who's been excellent this afternoon. First Sligo has really kept her in the game. Them in the game in this first half, and Sarah Curley now the sweeper on the ball. She's working to build up through the centre here through Sarah Reynolds. Sarah with plenty pace here now. The finally down women are coming to tackle her on the 45. She sends it to Aoife Harn, I think, on the ball once again. Aoife scored 2 already. She'd love a third. Nothing coming this time. Sends the ball back. Beautiful jink there from Leah Duffy. Leah Duffy has a wide. She'd love a score herself, and she gets one. Well, Sligo have learned a lot, I suppose, in the last few minutes. They're scoring now.
Yeah, absolutely. But even from the defensive side of things as well, I think Jess Foy took on that shot. She looked up and could see a few Sligo girls in front of her. They seem to be getting numbers back there, which is making it a lot more difficult for Down. So definitely growing stronger as the game's gone on. They're
coming again here now. Sarah Doherty on the ball. Beautiful ball over the head. Down looking dangerous once more. A chance here, but forced out wide there. Their 5th chance on goal. I don't think it was a free, no. I think they're looking for a free there, but the linesman and referee happy to say that just ran over. Once again, that wind catching that and just running over everybody's head at the end, but Down, very dangerous, might be a goal in them. 5 minutes, 3 minutes of normal time left here. And there will be a few minutes of extra time with Kate McKay being carried off and a few other breaks during the match. So maybe 3 or 4 minutes extra time. We might get a fourth official's number, we might not, we don't know. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
You can see there now, there's 12 Sligo girls back inside the Down 45, so they're definitely trying to block them out, and they're making it a lot more difficult for Down.
Very good. Well, a free given away here by Sligo. A bit soft now, I'd say myself, but there's a Down woman here beside me who'd probably argue with me. And a chance for Down. Down haven't got many frees this afternoon. The Sligo defence, for all their lack of marking in certain times in the first few minutes,
I think
they haven't given away many frees.
No, at the start I think Down were moving the ball so quick that Sligo weren't even really getting a hand on them, but they've definitely got to grips with things a lot better as the game's gone on. Jess Foy should stick this over with the left foot.
She certainly will. A wonderful score there for Jess Foy, her second of the afternoon. Well, I suppose Anthony Brennan on the sideline for Sligo again, an untested Sligo team. They are growing, they are learning as they go, and you could even see that with their forwards in the first half here, how to deal with that strong wind and how to link up and get the ball closer into goals. They're a work in progress, and they're certainly growing even as we look at them out there this afternoon. Down clogging up the centre of the pitch there, free given away, but it's going to be advantage there, or it's not going to be advantage there. Sinead Regan now on the ball. I think there might be a ticking here, yeah,
I agree. I suppose Anthony Brennan will be thinking after 30 seconds, it was pretty ominous whenever they got got the goal straight away, so I'd say we'll be very proud of how the girls have got themselves into the game. And
yellow card here coming.
It's Emily Martin, is it?
Looks like it. Emily off here for 10 minutes. And that certainly won't help things for Down. We might get a few minutes of that in the first few minutes of the second half as well. She'll be off, so that might make things even easier again for Sligo. They have played very well. Down have also played well, but to be fair, Sligo have had most of the possession, and now they're scoring in the last few minutes here of the second half. Caoimhe Connor now on the ball, Down coming, putting a huge pressure on her. She sends the ball back to Sinead Regan, who's broken I don't know how many tackles this afternoon. Wonderfully done by her. She sucks in a player and releases another. Nicola Brennan is on the ball. She sends it as far here now as, I'm not sure, but there's a free coming anyway. There's a legal tackle there coming from a Down woman. I think there's Natalie McKibben there.
Yep.
And a chance now for Sligo to bring it back to a one-goal game once again. I'm not sure if it was Sinead Naughton there that was foul, but I think it's her that will take this free. She's 20 yards out.
She's going for it.
She is going. It's dropping. Safe pair of hands there, collects. No Sligo woman putting in pressure. It was indeed Sinead Naughton, but that wind just catching that ball, making it so difficult. They maybe should have gone short as they did with the last one. A beautiful ball there delivered into Niamh Scullion. Niamh has been quiet so far in this match. Collects it well, and now plenty of space here for Down to go on the counter-attack. They bring it to the 65. They bring it to the opposition 65. They run over. They have numbers. There's a runners inside as well if they can find them. It falls here now to Sarah Doherty, I think, taking that effort. I don't think she'd be too happy with that, to the right and wide, and plenty of runners that time that could have been released. Yeah,
definitely. Vivian McCormick up there had made a couple of very good runs in the forward line, and the ball didn't go into her first time.
She had an acre of space in front of her, didn't she?
Absolutely, yeah.
But I suppose not seen, and Sligo now running up the pitch. There's a dangerous enough ball there coming in. It might fall to a Sligo woman, but it does not. It falls to a Down woman, and they'll come again. There's plenty of movement on the inside again. She might be picked out this time. She certainly is. At Vivian McCormick again, but coming across is a Sligo defender. A better defence there from Sligo, tightening up a bit, and they look to score something else before half time. Sarah Reynolds now on the ball here. Plenty of space, and there's movement to her left as well. She picks out that mover. That mover is Isabella Henry. Isabella far up the pitch is looking for some movement inside, but none coming. Plenty of Down women back. She might have to go herself here, which a corner forward would be terrified to do most of the time, coming up as far as the 21. She eventually loses the ball there, but huge pressure coming from Down. Sligo now defending in numbers, as you said, probably trying to stop another goal or a few points coming from Down, so they've committed back, but the other side of that is not much movement coming for her there, and at sixes and sevens loses the ball, and Down now come down the other side of the pitch. It's in the hands here of I'm not sure who, Paige Smith there, yeah. Age looks for the 1-2, doesn't get it. 2 Sligo women, 3 Sligo women now coming here to tackle, and there's an illegal tackle done at the end. A chance here now for Andoon to put 5 points between them. We were just saying there, Sligo not giving away many frees this afternoon, but huge pressure coming there, and illegally so. It'll fall now for a chance for Natasha Ferris to score her second of the afternoon. And she certainly does that.
It's bread and butter for Natasha Ferris, taking those over from 45. But I think down there even, it's a half-time whistle.
It certainly is, yeah. So only 2 minutes of extra time being played here by the referee, Philip Conway. A very exciting match, plenty going on, but what a start to this second round of the Lidl Ladies National Football League Division 3 match. Aoife Keown scoring within 20 seconds, using that win to their advantage. Beautiful ball delivered in and fired by her into the corner, but that was the only goal of this afternoon. We thought to be a goal fest. The goalkeepers have been wonderful. Kate McKay for Cúnta Andoon until she was taken off. Amy McGivern coming in then has been wonderful for Andoon, but one of the star players this afternoon, Ellen Maguire from Sligo, stopping 2 or 3 efforts, brilliant efforts as well, one-on-ones. She's been excellent inside there in goal this afternoon. Sligo falling behind quite a bit. Points from Natasha Ferris, Jessica Foy, Vivian McCormack, and Sligo very slow to get off the starting mark with 4 wides and no score, but then grew into it in the last 10 minutes really. Sinead Regan with the point, Aoife Hearn with 2 points, one of them a beautiful free taken off the ground against a very strong wind, and Leah Duffy with the point. So 1-6 to 4 points here in Park Esther. A big second half of football to play, down with a 5-point lead, but a huge wind that will favour Sligo in this second half as well. All to play for. Be back with us here in 5 minutes time. You're all very welcome back. Some wonderful entertainment there from under 10s and under 12 girls at half time. Glen, Carrie Duff. Who else now? Connacht
and St John's.
St John's. There's some wonderful displays of football there for the under 10s and 12s there at half time. But back to the main event this afternoon. Philip Conway ready to throw in the ball. Still 5 points between the games. Between the teams. 1-6 for Cúnta and Dún. Agus Kerif Fointe 4 points for Cúnta Sligo. So all ready to go here now. The girls just clearing off the pitch. You'd imagine if you just saw the scoreboard and didn't see the wind, there'd be plenty to do for Sligo, but with that wind, you'd imagine it's going to be a very close encounter here in the second half, Grania.
Absolutely, we're definitely well set up now for the second half, the way the scoreboard is. We just noticed maybe at half time the wind is maybe dying down a little bit, but we'll keep an eye on that. But Sligo will definitely be hoping to have that wind on their backs. They played against it the whole first half, so they'll be hoping they can make the most of it. Yeah, the wind dying down, the gods smiling on the home team this afternoon. Down playing from left to right. They scored from the throw-in. They're not going to do it this time. Maybe Laois will try to do it with Sligo trying to do it here. A nice kick ball in here, but down defence, a lot more well organised than that Sligo defence in the first 5 or 10 minutes, that's for sure, in the first half. Down back with numbers, will clear with ball in hand. I'm not sure if there was any substitutions there at half time. We'll keep an eye out there if we can see anything this afternoon. But Down, plenty in the tank here from these Down girls. A wonderful ball, beautiful ball up here into the corner for Down. They're looking dangerous, looking to keep the scoreboard ticking over against that strong wind. Vivian McCormick has a point already. She sends the ball in here now, and a chance for Down to get off the scoreboard, but a very difficult angle here against the wind, so we will be forced out here. Down now with the chance again. Even shooting from that 21 is going to be very difficult with that strong wind this afternoon, so Down working it out. Amy Green here now with a ball in low. It might still stay in play here if Down woman can get to it, and she certainly can. Wonderfully kept in play there by Down. A very difficult angle here now from them, but I think a beautiful score there. No, just going to the left and wide. I'm not sure who that was, Grania. Sarah Doherty, she showed great pace there in the build-up coming down the left-hand side. Amy Green had the shot. She wouldn't be that well known for her shooting, so... No,
the cornerbacks have got up twice now against that wind and have struggled. But at least they're putting in the effort, and once again Amy Green putting in that effort, playing very well, looking for a return ball as well, and the cornerback nearly getting it this time, but it does fall to Niamh King with 1 point already. She's put under huge pressure. The minor player gets it away, but had done so illegally. Maybe a bit unfair there from Philip. Said there was too many steps there taken by Niamh King, so wonderful point from her, but it'll count for nothing.
Maybe a tough enough decision. Niamh showed good strength there. There was a couple of girls trying to tackle her for the ball there. It was, as you say, a great score, but not to be counted.
She did well. A lovely ball there from Claire Dunn, delivered cross field now, and Sligo, they're going to use more of the boot this time. They're known for their hand passing ability up through the centre, but the boot coming this time more often. But Down once again coming in, very strong hands there, and a good organised defence from Down there around the break. We'll see how easy it is for them to score against that strong wind. It was very difficult for Sligo until the last 10 minutes of the first half. Down will look to change that, maybe learn from some of the things that the Sligo girls had done, like bringing it in that bit closer to the 21 and taking their time. But it's Sligo on the ball now. They work it through the hands. It's once again Sinead Regan, one of the outstanding players from the first half. She sends it to Nicola Brennan, falls back to Lisa Powell now. Lisa on the ball, has a bit of space, not too comfortable to go. She'll send it back as far as Aoife Harn, who definitely has the confidence, but she sends the ball into the corner to Sinead Naughton, but it doesn't fall to Sinead, it falls to a Down defender, and Down now will break on the ball. There's a word or two here between the referee and one of the Sligo players as well. Not sure who it is. Remember now, Undune, I believe Evan Rogan is still off for another few minutes. There is a yellow card.
Emily Martin. Emily Martin, sorry. Was off for the yellow card, I think.
Yeah.
Natalie McKibben seems to be down there. She seems to have picked up a bit of an injury, so play has to stop while Martina comes on and has a little look at her. Hopefully nothing too serious.
I think Emily Martin's still off the pitch,
I think so, yeah.
So Down still with only 14 women out there. You wouldn't think it. Definitely playing more defensive and keeping an eye on that dangerous ball to the forwards. Sligo not well known for their high balls into the forwards, though. They like to play it up through the hands, up through the centre, and take their points.
Yeah, you think that you would like to maybe see them going for points because Down are defending that D so well. You would maybe like to see them try and take their scores a little bit further out whenever they do have that win behind them.
Down playing it out through the hands here now. The captain for the day, Ciara Byrne, on the ball. She does well, holds it safely. Down now, plenty of numbers within their own half of the pitch. They look to maybe hold ball. They have fine lead here, 5 points, but not being done that well this time, and it falls to a Sligo woman, Nicola Brennan now. Nicola has it wide. So far, no score. She'd love one. There's a substitute here now, Orla Naughton on the ball. Orla sends it back to Leah Duffy. A beautiful score here. If that goes over the bar from Nicola Brennan, well, what a score coming from her off the side of the boot there from Nicola Brennan. Wonderful score on the right boot. She has it wide from before this, and a great score coming from her. So the clawback begins. 4 points now in it. Sligo in the ascendancy. Down looking to keep ball. A free there given away by Sligo. Possibly a second free there. A little tug coming from Aoife Harn as the ball was delivered up the field there. But Down keep coming. Wonderful low ball coming in there. Acres of space for Down inside. And plenty of movement coming as well. No movement being picked out here. They'll hold the ball. They'll slow it down. Free given away. I think too many steps again. Probably a bit unfair there.
Second time again on Niamh King. I think that was a bit harsh that time as well.
So it's Sligo now will come. Aoife Harn on the ball. She was fantastic in the first half. 2 points coming from her. Plenty of skill, plenty of fitness. She's fouled a shoulder into the back there. The home crowd not that happy with a few decisions now from Philip Conway. But Sligo come, a booming run coming through the centre from Lisa Powell there. She is looking for a bit of space. She has her space. She's looking for the pass. She gives the pass. Wonderful done from her. Nicola Brennan now on the ball, who just scored a wonderful score a few minutes ago. She slows it down. Down girls come across. They put pressure. There might be a crossfield ball coming here now. Well, and simple enough pass there to Lisa Powell. Finally finds its way to Tara Breheny, who had a wonderful first half. Not renowned for her scoring though. Sends it back to Lisa Powell. Lisa's a bit of space. She might go for it, but Lisa, this one dropping short into the safe hand once again of Amy McGivern. And there's movement out here to the side, and that's Amy Green, who's been everywhere so far in the first few minutes of this second half. Plenty of fitness from Amy. She'll stick back this time and leave Aoife Keown, the goal scorer, take this ball up the pitch. A kick pass from her, but not accurate.
We saw that happen to Sligo as well in the first half. It was just that final sort of ball in that they were losing it on after all the hard work of Amy Green and working out of defence there. So they'll be disappointed with that.
It takes a while to get used to it, but they still may. Sarah Curley releases the ball in here. A Sligo woman connects, and it falls back now to Kate Hosey. Kate picks. There's plenty of Down defenders there to put pressure. They still have an extra woman out there so far, Sligo, so they'll look to score 1 or 2 more. It's Leah Duffy now on the ball. Leah, wonderful score if this one goes over, and I certainly think it is. Beautiful score from Leah Duffy with very little space there, manages to get that away. And 2 points now for the Sligo corner forward.
Yep, and I think you can just see on the sideline, Emily Martin seems to be stripped off again, ready to come back on, so Down will be glad to get back up to 15.
So definitely one substitute for Sligo. We see Orla Naughton there. I'm not sure who's gone off the field. We'll try to keep you updated if we can see. But Orla Naughton, the number 19 for Sligo, is in. Down now on the ball, down to a 1-goal game once again. That wind playing havoc this afternoon, making life very difficult for the forwards playing against it. Down still with no score in this second half. They'll look to change that now. There's a 5-on-5 situation here. A booming run from Jessica Foy, who scored 2 so far this afternoon, but eventually Sligo get across and cut her out. Yeah, as you were saying, going to be very hard to break down that Sligo defence with that strong wind this afternoon. Sligo coming strong now. Look at that for a run from Tara Breheny. She does wonderful. There's 2 women from Down harrying her. Eventually the legs go from under, and a free there given away by Sligo. A trip up there.
Yeah, I think it was Niamh Scullion and Amy Green managed to get back, and it looked like a very dangerous position. She was straight through the middle there, so the girls did well to get back and hold her up without fouling.
Emily Martin now coming back on, is she?
Yep, that's her back on.
So back to a 15 versus 15 game. That'll make life a little bit easier for Down. Still that strong wind blowing against them. Plenty of time now for Sligo to get their way back into the team. 12 minutes 8 minutes gone here.
And there's a change there now in the down team. Aisling Cull is on for Niamh King. So I think a lot of the down girls are working really hard to get back and cover in defence, and then they're finding it hard against that wind, sort of to get their numbers back up into the forward line. Seems to have been the case so far in the second half.
So Aisling Cull on there, the minor debutant. Niamh King, having scored 1 point, is off. A great performance from her. Down now on the ball, will look for a score. Beautiful pass coming in there. A chance for Down now for a goal, and now another wonderful save from Ellen Maguire. What about that? 3 saves now coming from the Sligo keeper. She's down as well. 2 injured players now, herself and a Down woman, both down there. Havoc inside in the goal, but what a save once again from Ellen Maguire.
I think the initial stop, Ellen Maguire did very well, but then the second she was very, very brave coming out there to hurry. The ball was on the ground and went in for it, but Ellen Maguire very bravely came out and managed to keep it out of the net.
Well, I was expecting plenty of goals this afternoon, and there would have been if not for Ellen. She's been absolutely wonderful inside and goal. Maybe the first 20 seconds she was dreading the rest of the match when she saw that first goal go in, but she's been excellent since. Both goalkeepers wonderful this afternoon, and I think maybe both managers trying to snuff out the goals. They gave away plenty of goals, 3 goals each as well last weekend, so the goalkeepers have been on form this afternoon, plenty to prove, and the full backs too, and the full back from Sligo, Claire Dunn, doing brilliantly there, getting back, sending a ball to Isabella Henry, but it runs just past her hands. She does well to collect a free, giving away a tug there on her jersey. Isabella Henry now on the ball. She sends Lisa Powell, who's been brilliant again in this second half. Plenty of legs on her as well. She looks for the return pass and she receives. Lisa Powell now had a chance on goal area. It fell short, so she'll rather release it forward. Or Sinead Regan, she'll do too. Sent in here now. Plenty of down girls putting pressure here. Illegally so, though, on a Sligo woman. And a chance here now on the 21 with plenty of back chat here, bringing up to the 14. First Sligo to reduce this lead to only 2 points there. Plenty giving out from the down girls there, but I think a free possibly deserved.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a foul. I think Orla Boyle wasn't too happy about it. I think maybe she thought the Sligo girl had challenged with her shoulder initially, but definitely a free in.
Fahar now, she has 2 and 1 wide against a very difficult wind earlier. Fantastic footballer, well able. She might even slot it into the goal, but she's taking the safe option. Plenty of time here for Anthony Brennan's Chargers to rope themselves back into this game. They've done so. 3 unanswered points so far in the last 11 minutes. A 2-point game here now in Portchester. Down yet to score in this second half. They look to make amends now. They have 15 players and they'll need a score. Paige Smith brings the ball a little bit further forward for Down. Another ball sent in with the foot, but great defending coming from Sligo usually. This time it running over, but a block down coming from them, but it's still in Down hands, and it's sent in here by Doherty, and a chance here for Down. Well, very dangerous there. I'm not sure who it felt in the end.
Jess Foy, I think, got the score at the end.
It's always Jess Foy. I can't see her numbers at all. A 3rd point for Jess. Brilliantly could have gone for the goal, but possibly the safe option, and they definitely needed a score with no score here so far in the second half.
Yeah, hopefully that point will just settle them down a little bit. I think in the first half it took Sligo maybe roughly about 12 minutes as well before they got their first score to settle into that wind. But hopefully that might settle the down girls now for a bit.
A beautiful ball from Caoimhe Connor sent in, but wonderfully dealt with by the Down defence. Plenty of defenders back for Down, but again, when they're getting the ball up to the 21, that's when the difficulty is coming. But I'm sure they'll be very happy there with that Jessica Foy point. They could do with another 1 or 2. Only a goal in between the teams here now. Jessica Foy, the point scorer, on the ball once again. She's had a fantastic game. 3 points. She releases Natasha Ferris, who sends in a beautiful ball here, and a chance now for Aoife Keown, but that one going to the left.
Aisling Cull, that one was for that shot. I think she sort of lost her balance, maybe was slipped as she went to kick it and just didn't make a great connection with it, but she seems to have hurt herself now in the process.
Aisling Cull just on the pitch as well.
Yeah. She doesn't look too comfortable at all.
So we'll take a break here and take a breather as well. 17 minutes of normal time left here in Portchester as the Down substitute. I think they're first of the day. Aisling Cull is in. Again, Orla Naughton substituted on here for Sligo. Not sure who went off. No other substitutions done yet, but plenty being warmed up on the sideline.
There, just on maybe here.
So we've no fourth assistant today. So I have to keep track of numbers, but yeah, there's another Sligo woman on here up in corner forward position. Not sure who, but we'll update you now in a minute. It's Sligo coming. Sligo coming once again. Number 21 there it is for Sligo. Rachel O'Brien is on. And Sligo come through the centre again. Lisa Powell now on the ball. She releases Sarah Curley. Beautiful 1-2 play there from the centre backs. It's now in Caoimhe Connor's hand. Caoimhe's played very well today. Nicola Brennan on the ball as well. Chance from her, but high and very short. It falls into a down defender's hands. Nobody from Sligo there to collect, and down with plenty numbers back there. Release beautiful fist pass there into Aoife Keown's hands. A chance here now for Amy Green to show her pace once again. She loves that 1-2 up the wing, doesn't she?
She does, yeah. Herself and Orla Boyle has done it a few times as well from corner back, but it's great to have their support running forward. Amy Green is very, very fit player, so she'll do that all day for you. Jessica
Foy throwing the ball over the top there, but just kept out by a Sligo hand there. Very well done from her, and Sligo comes through the centre. There's plenty numbers now. The substitute Rachel O'Brien is on the ball. She's bottled up by two, but does well to keep control of the ball. Releases Sinead Regan now, the Sligo captain, looking for a score and more if she can. She's being held there by the shoulder, not seen by the referee. Oh no, it is. It's advantage being played, but no advantage coming, and a soft enough free given away there on Sinead Regan.
Yeah, again, I suppose Sinead Regan, same as she was doing in the first half, driving the whole team on, carrying the ball, and exactly the same. She was getting frees for it in the first half too, so I'd say hopefully Aoife looks like she might try and pop this one over off the ground to make it a 2-point game.
Yeah, wonderful skill. She has 3 so far, 1 wide off the ground. This one falling a bit low, dangerous enough. Could have gone into the corner. The Sligo women were in as well, but it dealt with very well by Down. They look to break now. It falls to Niamh Scullion, and 1-2 is coming, and plenty numbers for Down now coming up the centre of the field.
Yeah, Natalie McKibben's having a great game back there in the sweeper role. She picked up a lot of ball, and then 1-2 and secured possession to get them out past the 45.
Just that last hand pass once again inside the 21, leaving down the attacking team against that strong wind. Very common theme this afternoon. Wonderful play before that from Down. We're into a game of tennis now, plenty of over and back at the field. A bit of a jersey pull there, but not seen on Sarah Curley. Sligo now playing slow ball, a goal in it. Plenty of time for them to bring them back to level game. Tara Bretty now on the ball. There's plenty of space for Tara. She sends the ball to Rachel O'Brien. Rachel under huge pressure there though. Once again Down, clogging up that 21 line and coming up the pitch. A very dangerous woman now, Jessica Foy on the ball. She look for a jinky kick over the top. She's tried it a few times already today. It won't work again this time. Claire Dunn getting back, doing well, but a free given away as well there by Aisling Cull.
Yeah, I think that long ball's obviously a lot more difficult against the wind, and Sligo's picked that up pretty easy that time. I think both teams have had chances to get scores so far in this second half, and I'd say they maybe be disappointed with some of the chances they've missed.
A yellow card there coming for Aisling Cull. I think there was possibly a kick across the legs there, was it? She seemed apologetic from the beginning, but a yellow card coming from her. The second yellow now for Kunta and Doon. She'll be off for 10 minutes. That will not help things. She won't be on until the last 3 minutes of the match. So another blow there for County Down. I'm sure they'll go defensive from now on as much as they can. Sligo need a goal though, or 3 points. They have plenty of time.
Yeah, I think that's a big loss for Down, because they didn't have too many girls playing up front, and Aisling Cull was one of them, so they'll have to push somebody else up alongside Natasha now in the forward line. Well,
they're doing well so far there defensively, and commentators curse there, but we'll come back for a free anyway. Well, Down clogging that 21 and that D area anyway, and I don't know why Sligo keep coming through the centre over and over again, because they're getting nowhere.
Yeah, they definitely are. Down you can see inside Down's own 45, they really are. They've got so many numbers back there. They're obviously anticipating the long ball in, and they're blocking up that scoring zone quite a lot. So Sligo will have to try something different.
Sinead Regan also broke through. She loves going through the centre, and I suppose they're trying to snuff her out as well. They've done a pretty good job so far, but a long 12-13 minutes to go for them. There'll be a few minutes of extra time, I'm sure, and a few injuries and a few substitutions and a few more to come in. I see another Sligo woman, 2 Sligo women probably ready to come in here. The down bench looks quite enough so far.
I think definitely we're well set for the last 10-11 minutes of the game. It really is anyone's game at this stage, and say both teams are attacking well and have got chances, so Sligo could be looking to get in for a goal. There's Amy McGivern making a break out from.
She certainly is. I was going to say they'll have 14 playing at the pitch with no one playing in goal. It's Down now on the ball. And Down looking to create some magic now. There's some beautiful interplay there. Now Orla Boyle, the cornerback, coming up, a pass across, but it finally falls favourably for a Down woman. It's a chance now for Sarah Doherty. Well, that could have nearly crept in underneath the crossbar, but wonderful play needed from County Down, and wonderful play provided from County Down. Another 50-50 ball, this time won by them. Sarah Doherty would, believe it or not, her first point of the afternoon.
Yeah, Sarah's definitely been working hard in there, and she deserves a point. I think she was going for a point, not a goal there, but
I'm sure if she scored a goal, she'd say she was going for a goal.
Same girl definitely would. Orla Boyle, great ball in there as well, coming up from corner back, like we'd mentioned earlier. So
it'll need that effort, won't it? A lot of times you see in all sports, a team goes down one player and they end up playing better. You know, they have to put more effort in and lift the spirits, and a wonderful break there from the Down cornerback setting up that score. They might need 1 or 2 more. Sligo are coming. They need 4 points themselves just to make it a level game. Nothing coming so far. They are trying the ball out the wing, but very determined and well organised Down defence there, but very hard to stop the booming run of Sinead Regan, once again cutting through as she has done so many times. So hard to stop, but this one going to the left and wide.
Absolutely, I think it would be interesting to see her stats at the end of the game. She's definitely covered some distance, and definitely leading her team by example.
2 substitutes coming on now for the Sligo team. We can't quite make out the numbers, so forgive us. You probably see it better yourselves at home. So 2 more coming on, 4 substitutes. I make it now for the Sligo team. I see 13 coming off for Sligo. That's Kate Hussey.
And Aoife Harron as well, put it off on the far side.
Okay, very surprising. 3 points coming for Aoife this afternoon. Wonderful game from her. But back to the game. And winning this ball here. Fine kick out once again from Amy McGivern, collected here by Aoife Keown. Sends it up. Falls into the hands now of Paige Smith. Paige booming through the centre there. Finds its way back to Aoife Keown. Aoife Keown releases Amy Green, who's been excellent in the second half. Plenty of pace, plenty of runs coming from her. A clever ball over the top there to Natasha Ferris. Natasha now with either a pass or a bad shot. I think a pass dealt with fantastically once again by Helen Maguire, who's just been brilliant this afternoon. Outmuscles the Down girl on a one-on-one, deals with it very competently into the hands and sent away there with a free. Gosh, she's been brilliant this afternoon.
She really has been. Her shot stopping has been excellent, but there she's shown that she can come out and read the game very well as well. So great display of goalkeeping.
Certainly has been all day. Caoimhe Connor now releases Lisa Powell. Nice handwork there again from Sligo through the centre, showing how dangerous they can be when Down aren't back. It falls to the substitute. A bad kick from the substitute Rachel O'Brien, though, falling safely into the hands of Amy McGivern. Down now once again playing well, keeping it safe. Plenty numbers back here on the 45, working their way up the pitch, but only 2 Down women in the Sligo 65 area at this stage. And once again Amy Green, the cornerbacks, doing fantastic work for Cúnta and Doon. Plenty of energy coming from them. She knows she'll have to give a bit more effort in the last 10 minutes. They're down to only 14 women. They're doing brilliant. Back to Natasha Ferris. Natasha has 2 points. She'd love a third. A full back there waiting for it, but it's a full back from Sligo who gets the ball instead, and they'll work their way up the pitch now. There's a Down woman warming up on the sideline here. They might need some extra legs. There's plenty of energy being used up by those Down girls this afternoon, and they could do with a substitute or 2 here for the last few minutes.
Yeah, I think it looks like maybe Amy O'Higgins on the far sideline, but yeah, you can just see, like, when Tasha got the ball there wasn't really an awful lot of options in the forward line. They seem to be getting bottled up again by the Sligo girls, and obviously they're trying to work in close to get a scoring opportunity, but
well, there's a danger here now for Down as well. There was a dangerous enough tackle there coming from Paige Smith, an arm going over the shoulder, and I think no option there for Philip Conway, but for a yellow card there for Paige Smith. Very dangerous around the neck there, so 2 yellow cards. Well, this is going to be a serious showdown now. Down need to pick things up. I think that substitute is ready to come on. I'm not sure who it is.
Yep, I think it is Amy O'Higgins, Ryansford girl. Started last weekend, centre half forward, so she'll definitely be looking to come on and have an impact on the game. I'm not sure who it is. It's gone off. It's definitely
might be Vivian, is it?
Yeah.
Vivian McCormack is off there. She scored 1 point this afternoon, played a great game, had a chance for a goal or two as well. It didn't quite come off. She is now off the pitch. Another free there, the same kind of free on Sinead Regan. She's been pulled back now in the same way a few times, so there might be another yellow coming there. It would be very hard to come back from that. There'll be nobody left on the pitch in a few minutes'
I
time.
think that would have been the quickest yellow card of all time. Amy's just on the field. She got one within 30 seconds. I don't think she's ever had a yellow card in her life.
It's a terrible thing to say, but it's the only way you can stop Sinead Regan to a degree. She's been absolutely excellent all day and got plenty of frees for this team. Advantage being played here now for Sligo, and Rachel O'Brien getting away a beautiful ball there now, but the whistle was blown, so a chance now for Sligo to bring it back to a 3-point game. Down with only 13 women. I think would he give the score anyway?
No, I think he's calling it back for the free.
Okay, well the flag has been waved.
Oh, I'm not sure.
No, okay, I know the point was given.
Yeah.
It's good to see. Sometimes the referees blow it a bit early, but it'd be nice if you could just say, I take it back, I didn't see you went over the bar.
Exactly.
So maybe that's what was done by Philip. That's good refereeing if that's the case, because it was a beautiful score there by the substitute Rachel O'Brien, her first of the day. She'll be delighted with that. 1 or 2 fell short so far, but that'll definitely help Sligo's chances now. Only 1 goal in it. Will it be difficult for Down? It's going to be very hard to manage this with
it will
two
be
girls
definitely
missing.
Yeah, definitely, because it's hard to see where maybe their scores are going to come from now, because they are pushed so far back in the field. Hopefully now Amy can maybe set something up.
Beautiful pass there into Sarah Doherty. Sarah 1-on-1 here, chance for Sarah, but finally a goal coming for Sarah Doherty. She's tried plenty of times this afternoon, and as we were just saying, the commentators curse. What can they do? Beautiful ball. Do you know, we talked about that before, when the chips are down and there's 1 or 2 people missing, teams often pick themselves up, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely, and that was Amy O'Higgins who's just onto the field. They that ball into Sarah, 2 Bryansford teammates, so they know each other fairly well. So Sarah took the goal very confidently. So hopefully that'll give them a little bit of a cushion now for the last 5 minutes.
There was speed and accuracy in that, right into the top corner. Ellen Maguire, who's been so good all day for Sligo, didn't have a chance really. So anyway, back to a 2-goal game. The substitute there with another wonderful score. If this one climbs inside it, and it certainly does. Rachel O'Brien with 2 brilliant points there, showing why she was Sligo's second sub on this afternoon, doing very well, but they'll need more than that. 5 points in the game, and 3 minutes of normal time left here in Páirc Esler. I'm sure Down will try to slow down the game now as much as they can.
I'm sure they will, and I'm sure now they'll not be too concerned about trying to get scores themselves. They'll get their bodies back and try and keep out any goal opportunities. Run down the clock. Keep
ball in hand here. There's a free Jessica Foy, I believe, over there on the wing. And Down woman has it now. There's plenty of Sligo women back, but Down have the ball. That's the main thing. 2 minutes left here now on the clock. Down keep the ball. Bit of pressure coming from Sligo, but not much.
Yeah, you would imagine with Sligo's extra 2 players, they really need to push up on Down here, because they need possession of the ball.
Yeah, Sligo playing with 4 girls in the back line. I don't know why, and 1 Down girl in the forward line. I'm not sure why they've so many girls back.
I'm not sure what's maybe something that's been said here. I'm not too sure what the referees stopped play for. Yeah, I think Sligo seem to have a lot of girls covering back in defence, but as you say, they really need to be pushing up on the players.
They certainly do. Yeah, it's a strange decision. I think they're still playing in their original positions, and Down are playing with the 1 woman full forward line, and I think
Yeah.
Sligo are playing with the 3-woman full back line, but
And Down are very happy to, for the last 2 minutes, if they can hold the ball in the middle third and just run the clock down, they'd be very happy to do that.
yeah, they'll need to push up and put pressure on this Down team, but not coming, and all looking okay here. No major injury. I think it's Amy Green that's down there.
Probably needs a breather after all of the kilometres she's covered today, I'd say.
She's been brilliant. Both cornerbacks there. I think Orla Boyle was it that made that first point of the second half. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
So Jessica Foy now on the ball. She's looking for movement, but there won't be much movement coming in front of her, except from Sligo women, so forced to probably go back here or sideways, or just hold on to it and kill some time. She eventually finds a runner. Down now with 6 Sligo women to beat here, but what about that from Sarah Doherty? Brilliantly done from her. There was a free given away, advantage being played, but advantage was played, and Sligo come away with it now. They do have a few minutes here now, and it is Lisa Powell on the ball. She's been brilliant all afternoon. She sends the ball to Isabella Henry. A chance here now for Sligo, but as we were saying, they don't have the numbers back. The numbers are in their back line there, and there's not many in the forwards. It falls to Sarah Reynolds. She has plenty to do in front of her now, and a few down women there to try to stop her. Nice ball there sent across from Sarah Curley. A chance here now possibly, but with 6 down women back there on the 21, it's going to be very hard to stop. A low booming effort there from Sarah Reynolds, but easily into the hands of a down woman, and down break again. But again, Sligo have 6 girls back here now in their own half and only 1 down woman, so
yeah, it definitely doesn't look like it's a 15 to 13 player game at the moment. Down seem to have much better numbers back there. Sligo really need to be, if they ambitions of winning the game, really need to push on and get girls forward.
Another free given away there, and 30 minutes 30 seconds left. We're not sure how much extra time. Jessica Foy, the wise head there, holding on to ball. No hurry on her. Amy O'Higgins now sends it back to Jessica Foy, so they'll just go through the motions now, as you say, for the last few minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Keep the ball.
They'll be very happy, but Sligo played well, as we said earlier. A lot of young girls, a lot of new players being blooded this afternoon as well. They had a shock in the first 20 seconds, but have grown back into it, done well, and I suppose that second goal really killing off any chance, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. They definitely did. They grew into the game, and you could tell they got a little bit more confident as the game went on. They had some good passages of play, but I think we've seen from both teams that they really just struggled against that win with the final pass and the execution of the shot at the end. So maybe something to work on. But I'd say definitely they'll be a lot happier maybe this week than they would have been after their game last week.
That's for sure. Another score or two now for Sligo would work wonders for them. It's going to be hard for them to come out of this league now with 2 losses, especially the big loss from the first week, and another away match next week here, ball delivered in. But again, as we said, plenty of numbers from Down in that back line. Not very many Sligo women going to create an opportunity for them there. So Down will keep the ball again, and very happy here. 2 minutes of extra time being played here. We might have another minute or two here. Philip Conway keeping the whistle far from his mouth at the moment, happy to leave things play on. Jessica Foy doing brilliantly there, as she has the last few minutes.
And I'm sure Sligo, the last thing they want to see is the likes of Jessica Foy and Sarah Doherty getting the ball, because they've got a turn of pace that they could turn and take them on. So yeah, I think Down are just very happy to run down the clock now.
Amy Higgins now holds, no pressure really coming on her, no pressure coming from the Sligo girls really at all. I think they're out on their feet here. They played a fantastic game of football, to be fair. Plenty of running, very fast. Sligo team like to play it through the hands. Wonderful to watch. Great game of football this afternoon. There might be a bit of movement here from Natalie. She might want to get on the scoreboard herself. I think there's a raised elbow there, and possibly even a yellow card coming here for all her efforts. She might get penalised for it.
Number 4, is it? Yeah, I think from a Down perspective, they'll definitely be a lot happier with their performance this week. I think last week, obviously, not only getting 1 point from play, they'll be happier now. They've got through for a couple of goals. I know they did have a very good pre-season, and maybe first game jitters the first day out, but I think this will probably settle them, and hopefully they'll have a good league campaign from here on in.
As we said, Sligo looking to grow from this. It's tough as well for Sligo. 3 away matches in the first 3 weeks, which is very tough. They're playing in Louth next week. So they had an away match last week. Oh no, they were home last week, but they're away then for 2 weeks, and going to be tough for them, you'd imagine, in Louth as well.
It is, and it is a tough division. Division 3 is very competitive, and there's some very, very strong teams there. And you look even like in terms of last year, Kildare and Wexford would have been very strong, and then Clare coming down from Division 2 last year. They are very strong intermediate level teams. So there's no easy games really, and as you say, whenever you're travelling away to the teams, just makes it all the more difficult as well.
You mentioned Wexford there, Down playing in Wexford next week. How do you rate their chances against a very strong Wexford team?
There's a second yellow card and a red card for Aisling Cole. Didn't quite see the challenge there, but the home crowd definitely don't seem to agree with it anyway.
No, that's for sure. Getting a bit tasty here now at the moment.
Yeah. Next week, I don't know. It's hard to know. Hopefully Down will maybe get some of their injured players back, and the two Duffys who were away, they were down a few players today, so they'll be hoping that they can recover for next week. It is a long journey down. I think they're going down maybe on Saturday evening, but they'll be looking to build on this and put in another big performance, hopefully.
Yeah, well, good match to look forward to. Philip Conway playing plenty of extra time here, 5 minutes of extra time being played, but there were plenty of injuries, plenty of cards as well, and plenty of substitutes in this second half. But really, the clock just ticking down here now as Down keep hold of the ball this afternoon.
Yeah, I think it was a contest when Down got that second goal. It sort of nearly ended it as a contest. Since then it hasn't been feisty challenges going in here, but in terms of the scoreboard, we're
there certainly is. There's always pride to play for, no matter what else. But Down will be the proudest of both teams this afternoon. They've played well, down to 13 women as Philip Conway blows the whistle here this afternoon. Down to 13 women for quite a bit of that second half against a very strong win. Sligo came back to as close as 2 points in it, but they did fantastically well to grow, and you'd have to be very proud of them this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely, and it's good to get a couple of points on the board. They'll be very pleased with that, and as you say, it was tough conditions, so to come away with the win, very happy.
Certainly was. So very dominant Down performance this afternoon. From 20 seconds into the match, Aoife Keown converting a wonderful passage of play with a beautiful goal scored into the bottom right corner. The Ciara Byrne, the captain for this afternoon, commanding a very good Down defence all afternoon, especially when they went down to 13 women in the second half. From some outstanding performances from Sarah Doherty as well, who got a goal and a point. That goal in the second half really killing off this game when it looked like Sligo could be on the up just after a second yellow card for the Down team, and they were down to 13 women. Natasha Ferris having a good game with 2 points, Jessica Foy with 3, and the debutante Niamh King with 1 as well. Vivian McCormack putting in a good performance before she came off as well with a point. There could have been a lot more goals scored though by Down. Ella Maguire, brilliant inside and goal this afternoon for Sligo, one of the women of the match. The captain Sinead Regan also with a wonderful performance, plenty of carries, plenty of passes, only 1 point coming from her, but she got plenty of frees that were converted by the likes today of Aoife Harn, who got 3 this afternoon, Nicola Brennan with 1, Leah Duffy with 2, and the substitute who came in the second half, Rachel O'Brien, with 2. But without doubt, Down the happier of both sides this afternoon. Sligo stay bottom, and very much bottom of Division 3 this afternoon. Down will be delighted. Sligo's chances possibly of staying up this year probably going to be commented on quite a bit during the week, but an uphill battle here for Anthony Brennan and his team.
Absolutely, it's certainly hard to come back from 2 defeats. I know the league is a good opportunity to try and build some momentum, and when you lose the first 2 games it's difficult, but they did show some glimmers of really good play, so they'll be looking to take the positives from the game as well and try and build on that for next week.
So next week we'll be back again, most matches from Division 3 anyway at 2 o'clock. The Wexford Down match will be at 1 o'clock, and they'll all be shown right here next week. So from all of us this week, thank you all for being with us. Thanks to Danny upstairs on the camera, the entire team, Gráinne McLean here beside me for the afternoon, and myself, Gdín Chiad Leila, Cháir de Gael, Slán agus Beannacht.